Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're talking about something different, the most relaxing, comforting games on the Switch. You know those days when you just want to unwind and play something chill? These are the games for that. No stress, no pressure, just good vibes. Let's count down the top 10 perfect cozy games on Nintendo Switch. Animal Crossing New Horizons puts you on a deserted island with nothing but a tent and big dreams. Tom Nook sets you up with the Deserted Island Getaway Package, and from there, you slowly build your island into whatever you want it to be. The gameplay runs in real time, matching your actual clock and calendar, so the game changes with the seasons and time of day. You'll spend your time catching bugs and fish, digging up fossils, planting flowers and trees, and decorating both your home and the entire island. The terraforming tools let you reshape cliffs and rivers however you like. Your island gradually fills with animal villagers who each have their own personalities and will chat with you, give you tasks, or just hang out. There's no real goal or way to lose, you just exist on this island, making it prettier day by day. The museum fills up as you donate creatures and art, Nook's Cranny Shop expands, and seasonal events keep things fresh throughout the year. It's pure escapism, where your biggest worry is whether you have enough bells to buy that new furniture set. Unpacking is one of those games that sounds simple, but hits you right in the feelings. You unpack boxes in different homes across someone's life, from childhood bedroom to college dorm to first apartment and beyond. There's no dialogue or text telling you the story. You learn about this person purely through their belongings and how their living situations change. The gameplay is incredibly straightforward. You click on boxes, pull out items, and find places to put them. Each room has logical spots where things go, and the game gently guides you by only letting items stay in appropriate places. You'll find yourself naturally creating little stories as you place items, putting stuffed animals on a bed, organizing a kitchen, setting up a gaming setup. The pixel art is gorgeous and detailed, and there's something deeply satisfying about finding the perfect spot for each object. As you progress through the years, you see relationships form and fall apart, careers change, and a life unfold just through the stuff this person owns. It's a short game, but it's one of those experiences that sticks with you long after you finish unpacking that final box. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar delivers a cozy, rhythm-driven farming experience on Nintendo Switch by blending classic life sim mechanics with a distinctive weekly market system that gives purpose to every in-game day. You settle into Zephyrtown, a once lively market hub that has lost its spark, and your role as a farmer goes beyond growing crops and raising animals. You're actively working to revive the town's famous bazaar. Daily life revolves around tending fields, caring for livestock, gathering materials, and processing goods using tools like windmills to increase their value. Instead of selling items passively, your main source of income comes from setting up a stall at the bazaar, where you manage customer attention, ring bells to attract crowds, and strategically sell your products during dedicated market sessions. This structure creates a satisfying loop of preparation and payoff, giving each week a clear goal. Exploration is enhanced by wind-based movement mechanics that let you glide across areas once unlocked, adding charm and variety to traversal. Alongside farming, you build relationships with the town's residents, completing requests, forming friendships, and even pursuing romance, all of which tie into the broader goal of restoring the community's spirit.
How lovely!
Fae Farm takes the farming sim genre and adds a magical twist by setting everything in a fantasy world filled with fairies, magic, and mystery. You arrive at the island of Azoria to start a new life farming, but you quickly discover there's something corrupting the land with a magical pollution called whimsy. The farming is similar to other games. Plant crops, water them, harvest, and sell. But you're also crafting potions, brewing spells, and cooking magical recipes. You'll explore dungeons filled with creatures to defeat and resources to gather, using magic spells and tools to fight and solve puzzles. The game has multiplayer for up to 4 players, so you can run the farm with friends, either locally or online. Character customization is deep, letting you create exactly the look you want, and romance options let you date and marry any character, regardless of your own gender. The world has different biomes to explore, from lush forests to snowy mountains, each with unique resources and secrets. You're rebuilding the town by completing requests for villagers, unlocking new buildings and features. The art style is colorful and whimsical, and everything from your farm to your house can be decorated however you like. It balances relaxing farm life with light adventure elements perfectly. Untitled Goose Game is pure chaos disguised as a cozy experience, and that's exactly why it works. You play as a goose, just a regular goose, who's decided to spend the day terrorizing a peaceful English village. There's no deep story here. You're a goose, and you've chosen violence. The gameplay revolves around completing a to-do list of pranks and tasks in each area of the village. You'll steal a gardener's keys, trap a boy in a phone booth, make a shopkeeper fall on his butt, and ruin a perfectly nice picnic. The controls are simple. You can walk, run, flap your wings, honk, and grab objects with your beak. The fun comes from figuring out how to accomplish each task using the environment and NPC routines. People react realistically to your goose nonsense, chasing you away or trying to retrieve their stolen items. The game is broken into distinct areas, like the garden, the high street, and the pub, each with its own set of objectives. After you complete the main tasks, there are bonus challenges that require you to pull off even more elaborate pranks. The whole thing is backed by a reactive piano soundtrack that changes based on your actions. It's short, taking maybe 3 to 4 hours to fully complete, but it's endlessly charming and actually pretty funny without trying too hard. Spiritfarer puts you in the role of Stella, who becomes the new Spiritfarer, a person who helps spirits pass on to the afterlife by caring for them on their final journey. You sail around on a boat that serves as both your home and transportation, picking up spirits who each represent someone from Stella's real life. The gameplay mixes management sim elements with platforming and resource gathering. You'll build structures on your boat, like guest houses, gardens, kitchens, and workshops, to keep your spirit passengers happy. Each spirit has their own personality, backstory, and requests. Some want specific foods, others want to visit certain locations, and all of them need comfort and companionship. You gather resources by visiting islands, chopping trees, mining ore, and catching fish. Then use these to craft items and cook meals. The boat can be customized and expanded as you progress, growing into a massive floating village. As you fulfill each spirit's final wishes and help them come to terms with their death, they eventually ask you to take them to the Everdoor, where they pass on. The game deals with heavy themes of death, grief, and letting go, but does so with warmth and beauty. A short hike is exactly what the title promises. You play as a bird named Claire visiting a provincial park, and your goal is to hike to the top of the mountain to get cell phone reception. That's it. That's the whole premise, and it's perfect. The gameplay is pure exploration. You can walk, climb, and glide around this small but densely packed island. You'll collect golden feathers that increase your stamina, letting you climb higher and glide farther. Along the way, you'll meet other hikers and animals who give you little side activities. Racing, fishing, finding lost items, playing volleyball on the beach. The game doesn't push you to rush anywhere. You can take the direct path up the mountain or spend hours exploring every corner of the island, finding hidden shells and talking to everyone you meet. The climbing feels great. You can grab onto almost any surface and scale cliffs, and the gliding gives you this wonderful sense of freedom as you soar between peaks. The pixelated 3D art style is charming, and the soundtrack is incredibly peaceful. You can finish the main hike in about an hour if you go straight there, but most people spend 2 to 3 hours just enjoying the atmosphere and finding all the secrets. Snufkin, Melody of Moominvalley, brings the beloved Finnish characters to life in a game about music, nature, and standing up to authority. You play as Snufkin, returning to Moominvalley in spring, only to find it overrun by a police force called the Park Keeper, who's installed rules and regulations everywhere. The core gameplay revolves around music and stealth. You use your harmonica to play melodies that affect the environment and help creatures while sneaking around to avoid the Park Keeper's inspectors. Each area has environmental puzzles where you need to play specific songs to progress, like making flowers bloom or calling animals. You'll also be freeing the valley from oppressive signs and rules by pulling them up, which opens new paths and makes the world feel more alive. The game has a strong anti-authority message about the importance of freedom and nature over bureaucracy and control. Dialogue with Moomin characters is meaningful, capturing the philosophical and gentle nature of the source material. The art style is gorgeous, looking like a moving storybook with watercolor backgrounds and expressive character animations. There's no combat and no way to fail. It's purely about exploration, puzzle solving, and restoring joy to the valley. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, is the sequel to the 3DS cult classic, bringing back the life simulation RPG where you choose from multiple job classes called lives. The story follows your custom character who gets caught up in a mystery involving a girl who can manipulate time and a threat to the world's balance. You pick from lives like Paladin, Wizard, Angler, Cook, Blacksmith, Tailor, and more, each with completely different gameplay. Combat lives let you fight monsters in real-time action combat, while crafting lives have you gathering resources and creating items through timing-based minigames. The genius is that you can switch between lives anytime, and your progress in each is saved separately, so you're encouraged to try everything. You might spend an hour fishing, then switch to blacksmith to forge weapons from the ore you mined earlier, then become a mercenary to test your new sword in combat. The world is large and filled with NPCs giving quests, monsters to fight, resources to gather, and secrets to discover. There's multiplayer where you and friends can tackle challenges together regardless of your chosen lives. The progression system rewards you for mastering each life with new abilities and ranks. Stardew Valley is the gold standard of cozy games, and for good reason. You inherit your grandfather's old farm in Stardew Valley and leave behind your soul-crushing corporate job to start a new life. The farm is completely overgrown when you arrive, and you start with basic tools to clear debris, till soil, and plant your first crops. Each day, you have limited energy to work with, so you decide how to spend it: farming, fishing, mining in the caves, foraging in the forest, or socializing with townspeople. The town is filled with detailed characters who have their own schedules, personalities, and storylines that unfold as you build friendships with them. You can date and eventually marry one of 12 romance options, and they'll move onto your farm with you. The gameplay loop is incredibly addictive. You wake up, tend your crops and animals, then spend the rest of the day however you want. As you earn money, you expand your farm with new buildings, better tools, and more crops. The mine has 120 floors of monsters, resources, and treasure to discover. Every season brings different crops, festivals, and fish to catch. You can focus on making your farm profitable, completing the community center bundles to restore the town, or just decorating your farm to look pretty. And that's our top 10 perfect cozy games on Nintendo Switch. Whether you want to farm, explore, cause chaos as a goose, or just unpack some boxes, there's something here for every mood. What's your favorite cozy game on Switch? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching!